Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified. What is going on? Same story, different fighter. Gervonta Tank Davis with an impressive knockout. I mean, over Frank Martin. The fight was, you know, to say the least, it was a good fight. It was a good fight where a guy like Frank Martin comes out, looked very strong, from the beginning rounds. But ultimately, the power just got to him, and it weighed in too much. But let's talk about David Benavidez and the night that he had, the performance that he had, moving up to 175 pounds and testing the waters at 175 pounds. Now, a lot of people are saying that it wasn't that impressive. The commentators were trying to make it impressive. They were trying to make it that David Benavidez was doing a good job and that David Benavidez was, putting in work, which he was, right? Let's not get it you know, completely twisted. David Benavidez, I mean, his defense got a lot better. There's things that you could take from that fight, and pick apart and say, okay, David Benavidez has been working. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, where I think that what happened was he needed to be more impressive. He needed the knockout. He needed to make a statement at 175-pound division, especially against a fighter that, in reality, you know, the likes of Arthur Betterbeef already got out of there. You know what I'm saying? He's been dropped multiple times and things like that. Now, the power is in question now, right? We know that he's not a big power puncher. He's not the one hit type of dude, the one hit quitter type of guy. You know what I'm saying? That's not the type of fighter that David Benavidez is. He's not gonna give you that. He's gonna give you the punches and bunches. He's gonna give you the combinations. He's gonna make you very excited throughout the fight. To potentially get this opponent out. But from what I've seen from David Benavidez tonight, there is no way in hell I give him a shot against the top opposition at 175 pounds. And I'm sorry to say that, but he just does not have a shot in hell. Arthur Betterbeef is a career knockout artist. He's gonna go inside of the ring and knock you out. You know what I'm saying? Dimitri Bivol is gonna pick you apart. So if you talk about a David Benavidez that's 175 pounds, whose power really didn't look like it was transferred, he couldn't even drop the dude. He didn't even hurt the dude. The dude didn't even look hurt not once in that fight. You know, he might have caught the dude a couple times flush, but it was just not going nowhere. It was not moving this guy. This guy was going nowhere tonight. And yes, you could say this guy went in there to survive. He was not in there to win. I mean, it was the 12th round and this dude was throwing pity pat shots. It was disgraceful. And for you to tell me that David Benavidez cannot get uh Gavodkin, or is the dude that he fought. You know what I'm saying? For you to tell me that you couldn't get this guy out, this guy, no, 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 no. I don't give David Benavidez one shot to beat no Arthur Betterbeef, to beat no Dimitri Bivol. In the end, right? David Benavidez has been very adamant talking about that. He's going to be at 175 pounds. He's going to be there at 175 pounds. After the fight, it was a completely different story. Now, why do I say it was a completely different story? Well, pound for pound, it was a completely different story. He kept the option open to going back down to 168 pounds, where he was campaigning at once before. He actually saw that his power was now translating to 175 pounds and that these guys actually hit harder. Even though this guy went in there to survive and throw pity pat shots, he still hit harder than a guy at 168 pounds, where David Benavidez has been making his career. This was the testing waters, and this test right here failed. He is not going to be campaigning at a no 175 pounds. It would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous for this guy to stay at 175 pounds, because if he gets in the ring with a guy like Arthur Beterbiev, if he gets in the ring with a guy like Arthur Beterbiev or Dimitri Bivol, is completely annihilation. It would be over. David Benavidez would no longer be. You know what I'm saying? There will be no other. There will be no Mexican monster in the higher in those higher weight classes. You know that shit will be over with. David Benavidez needs to go up to 168 pounds and stay his ass there to the remainder of lifetime. This dude is indefinitely suspended from 175 pounds, in my opinion. This guy is who you went 12 rounds with? No. No, 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 no. No, the guy was throwing pity pat shots in the 12th round. In the 12th round. And this guy, no, there's no way. You're going to tell me. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. And I'm not a David Benavidez hater at all. I like David Benavidez, but 175 pounds is too much, too big of a task for David Benavidez. At 27 years old, with a bright future ahead of him, he does not belong there. He just doesn't. He looked out of place tonight. He did not look like that was the type of performance that's gonna make him a world class fighter at 175 pounds. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I cannot lie for this guy either. You know what I'm saying? Very good fighter. Very good fighter. I love that he throws punches and bunches. Very exciting. I like that. But come on now, the 11th and the 12th, where was your grit to try to get the knockout against this dude? It wasn't there. You know why? Because he found out that this guy was not gonna he was not gonna go nowhere. He didn't wear him down at all. If you look at it, he was hitting this guy to the body like crazy, and this guy did not get worn down. He didn't get worn down. This was not like the main event where the body shots were one of the most things that they got capitalized on, right? No. Instead, this guy was eating his body shots, meaning that his power was not effective at 175 pounds. His power was it just didn't translate. Now, could he have other fights at 175 pounds? Potentially, yes, he could. But if I'm looking at David Benavidez and I'm thinking, I think 168, I think campaigning for that Canelo fight would be his best bet. And I think that would be a very good fight for David Benavidez. Do I think that he beats Canelo? Definitely not. I think that Canelo's counterpunching will definitely be effective and potentially get David Benavidez out of there. But how did his chin hold up? His chin held up well. His defense got way better. I will say that, but his power didn't translate. And if you're at 175 pounds, you have to understand your power has to be there. You know what I mean? Because like he said, these guys up here, they hit harder, and if they hit harder, you have to hit harder as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I completely shunning this guy? Yes, I'm completely shunning this guy from 175 pounds. But do I feel like he's going to fight more at 175 pounds? Yes, I do feel like that. I think that he's going to have to take a lot of more tune-ups. I don't think that he's going to go straight into a Better Beef or a Bivol fight. And I know that Bivol and Better Beef definitely are soon to fight themselves for Undisputed. So, I mean, at least for right now, David Benavidez is pretty much safe because both those fighters possibly going to fight each other, and he could potentially get a winner. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, to be honest, 175 pounds is a very complicated division with a lot of power, and if you don't have enough power to keep up with those guys, you potentially will be mincemeat, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Sergeant, what's going on, bro? What's good? I think Willie Hitchinson beats David. Bro, I think a lot of people could potentially beat David Benavidez. He's a very good fighter, you know what I'm saying? But there is flaws, as in any fighter, right? There are flaws. And like I'm gonna talk in the main event and I'm gonna tell you how you beat these dudes, you know what I'm saying? How you beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. Is anybody gonna be able to beat Gervonta Tank Davis? Bro, bro is looking spectacular out there. He is looking like something serious out there. You know what I'm saying? But first, let me talk about Antoine. Gary Antoine Russell, man. What a disappointment tonight. Not getting the decision, you know, very disappointing, man. And I only caught uh, uh, um, a few rounds of that fight, you know. But man, very disappointing not being able to you know, and Gary Antoine Russell did tell that man he has no skill, you know, and that just was a false statement, you know what I'm saying? You know, you look at a fighter and you might be like, yeah, he has no skill, this and that, you know what I'm saying? But that dude's been working, you know what I mean? These dudes, some of these dudes, bro, they don't sit around just trying to collect a check. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes don't aspire to be journeymen. Some of these dudes don't aspire to be gatekeepers. You know, some of these dudes aspire to become greatness. And Alberto Puello showed that tonight, man. You know, undefeated. You know, this is a guy that, to be honest, I wasn't giving a shot, but I was giving him a shot. I'm not gonna lie. I was giving him a shot, but you know, it was like on a leash. You know what I'm saying? A shot on a leash. It wasn't like, oh, I know. I think that Alberto Puello could potentially pull this out. I was giving him the shot that, you know, potentially, you know, he could maybe, but highly unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Highly unlikely. And proved that completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to him because he did what he was supposed to do. You know, beat a guy like Gary Antoine Russell, a young up and coming fighter like that. Come on, man. You know that right there is crazy because Gary Antoine Russell was like, to me, was gonna be that guy at 140 pounds. I don't think that anybody was gonna be able to beat this Gary Antoine Russell. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, the inactivity for Gary Antoine Russell kills him, bro. And that's what kills you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kills you. Kyron Davis, that's the guy that fought um, the kid Elijah. I didn't see that fight at all. I didn't see that fight at all, man. That was too early for me. Who won? Elijah Garcia, right? Who won that fight? Because I didn't catch that fight at all. I would have to I have to go back and rewatch that. You know what I'm saying? But Elijah Garcia was another kid that man I was high on. You know what I'm saying? Good fighter, but he outboxed Elijah Garcia easy. True. You know what I'm saying? True. Damn, it's crazy, man. Elijah Garcia is a good fighter though, but that's unfortunate, yo. And the main event, man. Let's talk about the main event, dog. Let's talk about the main event. Oh my God, Gervonta Tank Davis with the same story, different fighter, dog. Same story, different fighter. You know what I'm saying? He plays, he plays into that shit. Had the power to stop him, but slow and inexperienced. Yeah. And I mean, he's only gonna gain experience. You know what I'm saying? He's still a good young fighter, so he's only gonna gain experience, you know. I mean, and he wanted to fight him at 100%. He fought him at 100%. There's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? He was just a better fighter. But the main event, dog. And I'm gonna tell y'all how to beat Gervonta Tank Davis because I have the key to success against Gervonta Tank Davis, and it's not even close. I don't understand why these trainers, these coaches don't come up with these game plans. And I get it because you're scared of the power. You know what I'm saying? How do you beat power? You go to the power. You know what I mean? You know how they say, you know, how do you beat power? How do you beat power? You know what I'm saying? You go towards the power. You go to his power. You know, if I'm in the corner of Frank Martin and I'm putting in a game plan for us to beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, here's what exactly what I'm gonna do. You're gonna go straight into the power, and you ain't gonna bitch up, and you gonna stand right there in front of him, and you gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna fucking hit. And you gonna go straight to his body. Go upstairs. Come back down to his body. Bro, Frank Martin had a good game plan. You know what I'm saying? But not a winning game plan. It wasn't the game plan to win, you know, and that's what I saw. It wasn't the game plan to win the fight, you know. The game plan to win the fight was definitely going to be, give me 1 second. Frank landed that left that made Tank touch his heart. When he threw it, it was good. Bro, he did a lot of things that were successful. You know, he did a lot of things that were successful tonight that could have potentially won him the fight. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of things in that fight that um he could have if he stayed the fuck off the ropes. If he, you know what I'm saying? And that's every time, bro. Every time there's always that thing. You know, I saw him tripling up the jab. I like it, you know what I'm saying? But don't fall in love with it. You know what I mean? The don't fall in love with tripling up your jab. Cause we've seen Gervonta Tank Davis time that. We've seen that against a guy like Leo Santa Cruz. You know, we've seen that he ultimately just he times you so well, and he's very accurate, right? He that's the game plan. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start off slow, we're gonna see what he got, and we're gonna test his power out. And then we're gonna pretend and then in the seventh round, the second half of that fight, we're gonna build it up. We're gonna build it up. And that's when we're gonna start showing the power. We're gonna carry that power into the seventh. And from the seventh, if he survives the seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth, you know what I'm saying? We still got the power. We still carrying on. Javante Tank Davis is a very, very tough opponent to beat. You know, it's gonna be very hard. I don't think that Lomachenko beats him. I don't think that Shakur Stevenson beats him. You know, the only person, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, the only person that could potentially beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis is Isaac Cruz because he's a dummy. He does not care. He's a crash dummy. He's gonna go straight for the power. You know what I'm saying? That's what he likes. He likes to be hit. That's what he lives for. He lives to be hit. And that right there is the key way to win against a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. His controversial win over Isaac Cruz was against him. You know what I'm saying? Was against Isaac Cruz. Why? Because Cruz is a crash dummy. He does not care. He will go straight into the line of fire, put himself in the line of fire, and take the shots like getting shit. You know, and when you start getting these dudes scared, the jab does not do shit against a guy like this, right? The jab doesn't do nothing against a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. It literally does nothing. It does nothing. You know, he was jabbing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it'll keep you off for a couple rounds, but it's not gonna win you the fight against him. And you've seen it tonight because even after the scorecards, Brian Custer said they had Tank winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? So fuck your jab, bro. Fuck that shit. You want to beat this dude, you're going to have to stand in front of this dude and go toe to toe with this dude and know you got more power than this dude. You got to catch him in an exchange where this dude, he's out there lost. You know, this is the type of shit you got to do, bro, if you want to beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not going to tell my fighter, hey, look, we're gonna set up our jab. Fuck that jab, bruh. Leave that fucking jab at home. We going straight at this motherfucker, bruh. We going straight at him. Fuck him. If he gets us out in the first round, fuck him. It ain't no fucking way in hell. Why make this a long fight to set yourself up to get knocked the fuck out? There's no way. You either gonna get knocked out from the opening bell or I'm gonna knock your ass out from the opening bell. But we not leaving this first round, bruh. If we leave this first round, bruh, it's fucking over, dog. I'm gonna throw everything I got in this motherfucking first round, bruh. I ain't fucking taking shit to no fucking second. Fuck the second. We going first round. That's it. Cause I only want to be one round with this motherfucker. I don't want to be in there 6, 7 rounds and this motherfucker just chasing me all over the ring, wearing the shit out of me down. And you still got power, you small motherfucker. Got hella motherfucking power. Nah, fuck all that shit, bruh. You either knock me out right now or don't knock me out at all, bruh. Fuck that shit. Cause what's the point? What's the point? To look cute in the fucking beginning of the fucking fight and then get to the second half of the fight and start getting torn the fuck up. What's the point of that shit? Tell me. There's no point in that shit, bruh. We gonna go straight at his power, bruh. Fuck that shit. You know, and I mean, of course, not every fight is gonna be able to withstand that type of power because this motherfucker has power, dog. He has real power. It's not fucking for play. That shit is not for. That's not no joke. That is real power. Cause he's the type of dude that his game plan is very well set up. Calvin Ford does a very good job. He's done a very great job with Gervonta Tank Davis. He's made him great. He's made him great at everything he does inside of that ring. You know what I'm saying? Because Brian Custer, he said, I also want want y'all to know the IQ of Javante Davis is a smart fighter, right? But I think it's the game plan, and he just sticks to it. In all ultimately, there's nobody that's been able to fucking completely take him out of his course except for Isaac Cruz, in my opinion. And that's when you start seeing that, oh, Gervonta Tank Davis can outbox you as well. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, who has he really had to do that? He's been chasing the dudes down. And when you got a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis that can outbox you it's only a matter of time. Every time I saw that Tank was about to throw, bruh, or every time I saw that triple up on Frank Martin's jab, I said it's only a matter of time. You're only setting yourself up for the knockout blow. And then you start getting onto the ropes, and you know you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's a big fucking no-no because now you're giving yourself a chance to which puts you out for real and then just finishes you with the left, you know. So he says, I agree. Cruz is the only one I can think of that bridges the gap. Exactly, bro. He's the type of fighter that he's not gonna get backed up. He's gonna try to back you up as much as he can. And he's a fucking crash dummy where he could get hit with those big shots. This dude is literally a fucking pit bull. You know what I'm saying? That head of him, that 10 gallon that this man has, you know what I'm saying, could withstand that resistance that he has. He could withstand those shots, bro. He can withstand the shots that Gervonta Tank Davis is throwing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of dude that Isaac Cruz is, though. You know what I mean? It's like Triple G, man. Their defense is their face. They've never been not hitting their face. Getting hit in their face is what makes them hard, bro. That's what keeps them going, bro. Before sex, they're asking their woman to fucking hit them in the fucking face, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, hit me in my face so I could tear this joint up real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's what those type of dudes say. You know, and that's the only type of dude that's gonna be able to beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. Is somebody who does not give a fuck about no power, bruh. The last thing that they're worried about is getting hit. The first thing that they worrying about is how I'm gonna get to him. You know what I'm saying? You cannot show no sign of weakness. When I seen that this dude starting to try to just jab, starting to try to slow him down, nah, buddy, it's over, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It is over. And then when Derek James said, "Yo, you ain't get hit by nothing, did you?" He said, "Nah, a couple body shots." I said it's only a matter of time my man Frank is getting the fuck up out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? It was only a matter of time, dog. Because the one thing about Gervonta Tank Davis, he's a very good fighter. The power is fucking real. The power is real. You want to play around with that type of power? You be my guest. But I'm not playing around with that type of power. That type of power deserves that type of power. You got to take your gun out in the middle of the ring, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't nah, buddy. I'm not playing around with this dude, bro. This the type of dude you gonna have to shoot, cuz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nah, this is the type of dude you gonna have to shoot, bro. Ain't no fucking way in hell you mean to tell me that the no nah 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 no no thank you. I'm no for what? For what? You gotta go if you want to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. You have to go into his power. You cannot be scared. You have to get hit by that shit and show this motherfucker that that power right there is not gonna get you up out of there. That shit is not gonna do nothing. And you gotta go straight at this dude from the opening bell and not give a fuck. See what I'm saying? Because he got hit a lot tonight, right? He definitely got hit a lot. Hit a lot. He has a good chin. He's never been. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz little ass did kind of catch him off balance, but you know what I'm saying? Leo Santa Cruz did catch him off of a punch, you know what I'm saying? Did drop him. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know what I'm saying? But that was just more of an off balance type of shot. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a real uh effective I'm a punch the like you know what I'm saying. This dude is kind of drunk. He hasn't shown that weakness. You know what I mean. He hasn't shown that weakness at all. You know, and somebody has to expose that. You know, and a guy like Frank Martin, very good footwork. You know what I'm saying. Had high potential. Um, it just wasn't his night. It just was not gonna be his night, dog. You know, if you go into the ring and you think you're gonna jack, I don't think Shakur Stevenson beats Jamonte St. Davis. I don't. I don't. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Jamonte St. Davis is gonna hound you. You know what I'm saying? With power, with big power. You know what I mean? And you might be able to keep him off here and there. And I know that Shakur Stevenson is more defensively disciplined and he's not gonna be on the ropes a lot. He's not gonna do a lot of the things that Frank Martin was doing that were wrong tonight. He's not gonna do that kind of stuff. But I think that the pressure, the power, because Javante St. Davis is gonna go straight to Shakur Stevenson's body. He knows that he can't hurt me. You know, he knows that he cannot get hurt by no Shakur Stevenson. He knows that you know and once he knows that he can't be hurt by you, you already lost half the battle right there, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because if he knows that there's nothing that's gonna come back that's gonna potentially end my night, then that's very dangerous. Because now you're looking at a dude that has extreme power and is coming forward on you, and now you have to deal with getting hit to the body by fucking Thor or w- yeah, the Hulk. You know what I'm saying? The Hulk, the mini Hulk. So now you're putting yourself in a position where like, damn, your only tool is to run and clinch, run and clinch, run and clinch. You know what I'm saying? And I think Frank Martin did a good job at clinching tonight, but he could have used it more in those later rounds where obviously he was starting to get worn down. You know what I mean? The body shots were affecting him, and they were affecting him bad since like the second round. They were affecting him bad. You know what I'm saying? And it was only as much as he could withstand. You know, let's be honest. This dude has abnormal fucking power. That's not. That's not. That's not your average type of power, bruh. That's not your average type of power. You know what I'm saying? There is no heavier hitter in that division except for Jamonte Tank Davis. You're talking about a 5'5" stocky motherfucker who hits like a brick. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no way in hell. But like I said, the only way that somebody's gonna be able to beat Gervonta Tank Davis is if they go at his power. If they're not afraid of his power and they don't care about that power, you're gonna beat Gervonta Tank Davis if you go straight at him. Do not fold. Do not fold, because all he's waiting for is for you to fold. And when he sees you squint that eye, when he sees your face, he's a good judge of character. This is a dude that could play poker with the best of them. Phil Ivey and all of them. See what I'm saying? This is a dude that could play because he knows how to bluff. He knows when you bluffing. He knows he could tell your facial expression. He knows when you don't like something. And I think that a lot of those body shots, they were just getting to Frank Martin the whole time. They were just going in, and Frank Martin really didn't know what to do. Shit, if you look at the before he gets knocked out, before he gets the uppercut, he gets hit to the body. He gets hit to the body. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was an illegal body shot, you know what I mean? But still, you know, it was no way in hell. There was no winning for Frank Martin tonight, you know, and just wasn't in the cards. I think that the game plan wasn't the best game plan. You know what I'm saying? If Derrick James needs me to come up with the game plans, I'll come up with the game plans. You know what I mean? You just give me the Warriors and I come up with the game plans. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the game plan was not the greatest. You know, I think that when you have a fighter like this that's gonna come forward, that who is very confident, you also got to take that in account as well. Gervonta Tank Davis is a fighter who is a very confident in himself, and you have to take it. You have to break his spirit. And I'm not talking about at the press conference, whatever. You have to break his spirit inside of the ring. You have to mentally break him down because he's very strong-headed. He's very confident in himself. He's just that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And of course, when you have the knockout power, when you have that, how do you break a guy who loves his power? Is you take his power away. And how do you take his power away? By going at his power. Because if he knows that you can't get hurt by his power, that just breaks his spirit. Because now he knows he's in for a long night. Now he knows that this dude is not about to go nowhere. Now he knows that I'm about to stand here like a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming right at you. And if you ain't bringing no heat, motherfucker, then you about to get hit up. You know what I'm saying? And then if you have power too to be able to convert that, right, you're a dangerous man. You're a very dangerous man against a guy who loves his power, a guy who's very confident. Because all that confidence could get broken. You see what I'm saying? All that confidence could get broken, but it has to be the right fighter. In my opinion, the only fighter that has been able to come close to that is obviously Isaac Cruz. And we seen that. And we seen what he said after the fight. I'm not fighting this dude ever again. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I don't want to fight nobody else that's shorter than me. You know what I mean? Because they tough, and that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? So your toughest fight is still Isaac Cruz, in my opinion, because that's the fight that a lot of people have seen you lose. A lot of people felt that you lost that fight. So Isaac Cruz is possibly one of the only guys that could potentially beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I'm not going to go in there and say that, oh, yeah, he's going to beat him and this and that. I'm 100% confident. No, because I felt like he beat him the first time, but still, if you make one wrong move against a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis and it's over, right? So if you just know that you got to do all the wrong moves, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Do all the wrong moves. Fuck it. Do all the wrong moves. Go straight at this dude, whatever. You know what I mean? You don't want to do the right thing. You want to do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, Frank Martin just lacked that. He lacked that inside of there. He was giving him good shots here and there. Obviously, his cheeks was torn up. You know what I'm saying? He was giving him good shots. He was putting in work, but in my opinion, he just couldn't get him off. You know what I'm saying? The dude kept coming forward. That means that you're not giving him anything for him to stop in his tracks. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? He probably felt a little power, but he didn't feel nothing that it could be threatening, and that's why he was just coming forward, did not care, was minding. He was just tracking until until he got you out. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say, man. I wanted to say that if you want to beat a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, the blueprint of beating him is fight power with power. Go straight at this dude. Don't allow this dude to 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 get comfortable, to get confident. Don't allow that. I know that Frank Martin said that he was comfortable. He got comfortable and this and that. And I think I call that bull. I call that BS. You know, I think that he knew that he could not get comfortable, and I don't think he was comfortable at all. I think he was fatigued from getting hit with those body shots, those haymakers. Those that's nothing to play around with. You know what I'm saying? That'll put you down for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, Frank Martin is still a good fighter. He's gonna give a lot of guys go at 135 pounds. He's got a bright future ahead of him, ahead of himself. Is he a top elite level type of fighter? No, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna compare him into those type dudes. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter who has very good fundamentals, has very good footwork. He does a lot of things right, but tonight he did a lot of things wrong. I thought that the game plan was not the greatest. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna reiterate that shit because I think that you have to understand that you can't keep this type of guy off of you. You can't. You know, what do you think he's just gonna stay in the middle of the ring? Nah, this dude tries to find a way. You know what I'm saying? He makes something out of nothing a lot of the times. So in my opinion, I think that Gervonta Tank Davis um was very impressive tonight. And I think that Frank Martin, he got careless. You know what I'm saying? It was not comfortable. It was just careless. You know, you knew you couldn't be on the ropes, but it was also fatigue. It was also those body shots wearing him down. All that power coming to that body, and I think that that just wore him down until he just couldn't no more. You know what I'm saying? He took the shot. And he said, "Fuck it," because he was fine right after. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely fine right after the fight, but ultimately it was a good fight. Gervonta Tank Davis, still a very good fighter. Um, Now I just want to see him against better opposition. That's all I gotta say, in my opinion. Just better opposition. Old Lomachenko, yeah, but it's still a respectable win. And I think that he beats Lomachenko right now. I think that he beats Shakur Stevenson right now. I don't see those guys being able to beat him. I think, like I said, the only type of person that's gonna be able to give him any type of any type of doubt in himself, any type of um, broken spirit, will be Isaac Cruz. There's no one else. There's no one else, and I'm not saying because Isaac Cruz is such a great fighter or anything like that. Oh my God, he's not the greatest fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dog. I don't know, but he's not. He's just not the great. He's just not the greatest motherfucking fighter. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good enough fighter to be able to compete with this type of dude because he's a crash dummy. His head is made out of steel, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that I see is that his head is enough to be able to keep this dude at bay. You know what I mean? And he still has good power. So is he the most skilled fighter? Definitely not by any means. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that, oh my God, he's this great type of fighter. No, but I'm what I'm trying to say is that he has very good effective pressure, and he does have very good power. So that's the type of guy that has to trouble Gervonta Tank Davis, and we already seen him trouble him before. So other than that, I don't think that a guy that jabs himself. Nah, I don't think that he's really gonna be able to do anything after Lomachenko fought Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he'll be able to do anything with Gervonta Tank Davis as well. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see that type of fight. That'll be a great fight to see. And then talking about main events, man, Subrel Matias, oh my God, against Liam Paro. Now, I didn't see this fight, but I saw a decision in Puerto Rico. What a monstrosity. I mean, this is the Subramatias that people were saying was the boogeyman. They were saying that he's the boogeyman. He's the guy. He's this and he's that. Oh my God, how dumb do you sound? You know what I'm saying? Super Matias was far from a fucking boogeyman, dog. Far from a boogeyman. Very good pressure type of fighter, um, with very good power, more accumulative type of power, and but oh my God, I mean that's just disastrous. What happened to Super Matias? You know that's disastrous. How can you lose a fight? You know what I'm saying? That you needed to win bad. That was kind of gonna be your transformation. That was gonna switch you over. That's when you was gonna start being the face of Puerto Rican boxing. And you go out there and you fucking lose, buddy. Disappointment. Disappointing, disappointing, disappointment. Teofimo Lopez should have got the opportunity to fight Subriel Matias, man. That should have been the fight that we would have seen. And Teofimo Lopez would have been looking like a fucking killer out here. You know what I'm saying? Like a goddamn murderer out here. People would have been scared as shit to line up against Teofimo Lopez. I ain't gonna lie to you, bruh. There's no way in hell. And then Ryan Garcia gets in a fight with Caleb Plant. Oh my God. Caleb Plant just does not learn, man. Caleb Plant needs to relax himself, bruh. He wants to be in the headlines so fucking bad, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. He wants to be in the headlines so fucking bad. Dude, relax, bro. You don't gotta get in a fight with everybody. Just shut the fuck up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like Caleb Plant, dog, because he got that swag. You know what I'm saying? He got that swag. Like, he don't give a fuck. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? But, like, dog, like, why are you getting beat up by Ryan Garcia, security guard, bro? Y'all saw Caleb Plant got laid out by Ryan Garcia, security guard. He got laid down. He got put down, bro. Hey, they came in that joint, man. I mean, he got up from that little scuffle and had to brush himself off and everything, man. Why, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Why you doing this to yourself? You know, you don't have to be the bad guy to the lower weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? And that makes zero sense to me. Why you trying to be the bad guy to the lower weight divisions? We understand Devin Haney is your boy and he got knocked the fuck out, but come on, bro. I mean, he ain't get knocked the fuck out, but he was down a hell of a fucking lot that should have been a knockout for real, for real. But come on, dog. Let's be honest here, man. Caleb Plant is riding for his boy Devin the Dream Haney. That was a hit sent out by the Haneys. That was a hit. That was a hit. Caleb Plant got sent on a crash dummy mission, knowing damn well this fool got security guards. He got his ass put down. You know what I'm saying? That's the only some shit that he'll try in an arena or where there's millions of fans watching. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got put down. But like, comment, share, man. Subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified, man. We out. Peace.